Also, I appreciate that Sean Murphy said that there is no cure for autism. That saying that finally he is free from his disability is saying that us disabled people are better off dead, and that is eugenics and totally not cool. But I'm seeing it so much today. The ableds are coming out strong today. Good morning, guys. I'm very happy this morning because today is March 13th. And if you've been following this vlog for a while, or like this the past couple weeks, you probably know what that is. Maybe, if you have good memory. March 13th is the day Netflix releases the first part of Terrace House, Opening New Doors, which takes place in Karuizawa. So I'm so excited, and I really want to watch it, but I am sleep depriving myself today because last night I had insomnia, and that always means with me that my sleeping schedule is mixed up and needs to be fixed. And so I am sleep depriving myself so I can sleep tonight. Because I didn't get to sleep till almost 6 a.m. and that's ridiculous, guys. So yeah. Accidentally falling asleep at 8 p.m. and then waking up at 10:30 could have contributed to it too. But because I am sleep deprived, I make sure I could get coffee and breakfast first thing. So I have my coffee in my Cafe du Monde mug, and I have strawberry oatmeal. See all the pretty strawberries. It's nice and pink. So I'm gonna eat that and drink my coffee, take my medicine, and watch Terrace House. I'm so excited. Excitement. There needs to be like horns and drums going off. And I saw that Taylor Swift song, Wait For It, I think it's called, is the opening. I've not listened to a new album yet, which kind of would be horrified by. But apparently that's the opening song, which is different from the opening song they had in the previous two, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. I was halfway through the first episode, and look who's joined me. I started at the beginning so we can both watch it. There are two Seminoles, and I love them, and want to protect them. So I hope they'll have a good time on here. So, first impressions on everything, guys. Out of the two characters I thought were Seminoles, one definitely is not. And they're not making very many friends on the show. They're kind of annoying everyone around them. And annoying me and Caroline because, like, why are you doing this? And we also feel betrayed because they're not who we wanted them to be. But, yeah. But enjoying Terrace House a whole lot. I watched the first 6 episodes, first 6 episodes plus the first 5 minutes of episode 7 because Caroline wanted to see what was going to happen next after the end of the 6th episode. And so we caught up to the big stuff that was happening, and it's like, okay, you can go now because I told her I had to go to take a bath to get ready for my doctor appointment. So, yeah. So far, I've watched the new NCIS and new Flash. I seriously cannot stop yawning, guys. I was going to go to bed after I finished NCIS, but my depression is bad tonight. It's flaring up. Don't know why. It was fine most of the day. It just got bad the last couple hours. And so I got some chocolate and peanut butter mixed it together in a cup because chocolate helps with dopamine levels, which, if you can fix your dopamine levels, can help with depression. So I'm hoping it'll help with that, and I'll probably put on the new episode of The Good Doctor for a bit. So I don't know if I'll finish the episode or not. I might go to bed before I finish it, but I can at least start it, see how far I get. I think the chocolate and watching The Good Doctor might have helped some, but I am not sure. It was worth a shot anyways, and it was enjoyable to be able to watch The Good Doctor. It was a good episode. Had a couple good quotes in it, which were, the hard thing about being in a chair being in the chair. It's that people see the chair before they see you, and that when you're disabled or have autism, people expect you to prove that you should be there, and and to see your value, you have to prove it to them. And with abled people, it's just implied. So true. Also, I appreciate that Sean Murphy said that there is no cure for autism, but I wish they had stressed the fact that there is no need for a cure for autism. Autism is not something to cure. It makes many autistics who they are, and I have 2 autistic sisters myself, and it's not a negative thing. Sometimes it can cause difficulties, such as with the processing things, but in that case you can look for something to help the person. And for instance, with Sarah, I would like ways to be able to help her with her conditions. I want her to be able to be happy, and I want to be able to find ways for her to be able to have less meltdowns from the autism. But the autism itself is not something to cure. And so I really wish they had stressed that out a little bit more, but I am happy that they said there was no cure for autism, and overall, from what I've seen from autistics, they're really happy with the show. At first, when I heard about the show, I was giving a whole lot of side eye, and I wasn't going to watch it because another abled actor playing a disabled, or in this case, neurodivergent character. And I wish they had gotten someone who is actually autistic. But, ironically, on the hashtag actually autistic on Twitter and Tumblr, I saw a bunch of autistics talking about it, and I went through so many posts to see what they were saying, and they were raving about the show, saying it's the only good representation they've seen of being autistic. And yes, while they wish it was by an autistic actor, it's the best representation they have seen, and they wish they saw more representation like this, and they enjoy being able to see themselves in the character Sean. Sorry about the noise. Sarah's room is right next door to mine, and her stomach's hurting tonight, and with her autism, she has many things. She's not just autistic, she's also deaf, and she was developmentally delayed, she has cerebral palsy. It's a laundry list of conditions and stuff. So with all that, she's never really known how to cope with pain, and so we try to ease that as we can, and thankfully she does not deal with pain and adverse symptoms in the same way Hannah Callie and I do, thankfully. But when she does have pain, we try to ease that and give her medicines that help it and stuff. And right now, apparently, the medicine's just not kicked in, and hopefully it'll kick in soon, and her stomach will feel better. But until then, between the autism and her being deaf and not being able to hear her own voice, she can sometimes get noisy. But it's just part of life, and that's okay. I'm hoping she will feel better in a bit and be able to get a good night's sleep. But, yeah, I'm about to go to bed, have a doctor appointment tomorrow, but thankfully I don't have to go till 2 p.m., so hopefully I can work on the vlogs, which I forgot to do today, if I remember tomorrow. I'm sorry guys, I've been bad at it since I went to the doctor appointment in Jackson because it just made me flare so badly. But I am mostly recovered from that now. Well, pretty much all recovered from that now. It's just the other stuff that I'm still dealing with. But the Q-Var is helping me breathe more, so I think I'm improving. So hopefully I can get back on the schedule of doing that. But I'm tired. But to help my depression for the night, I'm going to put Your Name or Kimi no Nawa on. It's my favorite movie. It's so amazing. And I always put it on when I'm depressed. And so I'll put that on and try to get some sleep. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, guys. As you saw in the first clip, I've taken a breathing treatment today. I got to sleep at a good time last night, and then my lungs woke me up at 4 a.m. with wheezing. I tried just sitting up and breathing through it and get a snack and hoped I could. While I was still struggling to breathe, I wasn't wheezing anymore, so I was hoping I could lay down and get some sleep a couple hours later. Because I tried laying down a couple times and it wasn't working. But I tried a couple hours later again. So it kept me up from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. I tried laying down, going back to sleep. But I started wheezing again. So I had to get up and take a breathing treatment. And finally a bit later after that I was able to get some sleep. But it sucked. And now I'm getting ready for my rheumatology appointment. I have to leave in an hour, but I don't really have to do anything except get dressed and grab a couple things to take with me. So my breakout on my face is getting worse. It's also spread to my chest. Not sure what's up with it. I've had it for over a week now. It's concerning my mom and sisters. I'm just like, whatever. And they keep like debating on what it is, whether it's hives or dermatitis, or whether it's just a pimple breakout. And I'm the one saying it doesn't matter, it's just a breakout. They're the ones debating hives or dermatitis and saying no, it's not pimples. But otherwise I'm not concerned. I'm not self-conscious about it or anything. I mean, seriously guys, I understand why people are self-conscious about stuff like acne. Society a lot is not very kind to people who don't fit their idealized picture of what women should be. But I've gotten over that. For years I was self-conscious about my nose. I thought it was big. But you know what? I put a nose ring in it and I got over it. Alright, it was not that easy, guys. Seriously, I know getting over being self-conscious about stuff is not that easy. But I'm at a point in my life where I don't have the time or energy to be self-conscious about stuff like that, because I have a lot of other stuff to deal with. And I was self-conscious from a young age because other kids would bully me about my voice and my personality and all kinds of stuff, and I dealt with being self-conscious for a long time, guys. And so I've had a lot of time to work on this. I've been working on it my whole life, and I'm just at a point where I am not worried about it. And I hope if you struggle with being self-conscious about something such as acne or size of your nose or your voice or whatever it is, I hope that you can come to a place of peace and not letting other people's opinions weigh you down, because you don't have to be what they want you to be. You don't have to be 5'7", 120-pound model with clear skin, blonde hair, and blue eyes, whatever. You you. And yeah. But I better go get dressed, so I'll see y'all in a bit.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Hey guys, long time no see. It is now 11 o'clock. Doctor appointment went well. Him and the rest were disappointed to see me in the wheelchair. Because last time I saw them, I had been improving, but I saw them before I got bronchitis, and my lungs had worse since even before I got the bronchitis, so I saw them before that even. So it's been a while. But I've just been so sick since autumn that I wasn't able to walk today. I mean, I woke up at 4 a.m. wheezing, so definitely was not a walking day. The appointment went well. He looked at my hands because they've been hurting me more the last few months. He suggested braces to help. He did x-ray them just to make sure. Thankfully, they look okay. I haven't developed osteoarthritis, which is good, because with the EDS, you can develop it rather young, and it's not unheard of for people my age to get it, so, with EDS, so he checked that out, but thankfully, it hasn't developed. Just, it's because, I mean, they're dislocating a lot, so the braces will hopefully help with that. And he thinks the acne covering my face is because of the prednisone I took a couple weeks ago, which makes sense. So that's good, because Caroline was concerned it could be caused by the B12 shot. And but I need the B12, so I was like, well, I hope it's not that. Then I went in the van, my mom ran into the vitamin shop, and we got Panda Express for lunch, and coffee at Starbucks, and let's see, we went to Whole Foods because I'm almost out of coffee, so we had to pick up more, and a couple other things like rice milk, because it's been hard to find the one that hasn't been enriched. The one that's been enriched since Karen anaphylaxis, but she can have the regular one. And Mama got me mochi. I tried sakura and the triple chocolate this time, and they were both really, really good. Mochi ice cream, rather. And of the two, though, I prefer the sakura because it tastes vanilla-y with the floral hint to it. It's really delicious. And I was really super worn out by that point, even though I had been in the chair. So I rested in the van, used a coat as a blanket, and just conked out while I ran into Whole Foods, and then on the drive back to town, which is like a 45-minute drive. And then she was going to run into Goodwill without me, but then she came back out and said they were having a really good sale on short sleeves, shorts, and short skirts. So she got the wheelchair back out, and I went in with her and found some really nice tops and stuff. So, yay! Stephen Hawking died today, which Any death is really sad, but it's especially impactful since he was such a large scientific figure, and he was so intelligent, and he was really big in the science community, obviously, and also in the disability community. And so seeing another disabled person, especially a pass on, is always really hard. I don't know anyone personally with ALS, but it makes me think of people I know who do have life-threatening and terminal illnesses, and it's just always hard. One thing, there has been a lot of ableism mentioned about his death, and people aren't listening to disabled people and our thoughts on the matter, but many people have said that have all spoken in flowery language how now he's free from his wheelchair, and now he can walk, and now he can talk, and the afterlife. And regardless of religion and whether or not whatever you believe on that, and whatever I believe on that, the point I want to make is that this disabled people saying that finally he is free from his disability is saying that us disabled people are better off dead, and that is eugenics and totally not cool. And yeah, just please don't say that. Wheelchairs are not a trap, but they are freedom because they help us get around. You would not say a abled person's legs are a trap because they can't fly. No, it's just how they are, and they live life that way. Same for disabled people. We do not overcome when we accomplish things in a wheelchair. We are not doing it despite being in a wheelchair. We are doing it with our disabilities, not despite them. And if you want to say it's despite anything, it's despite the ableism in society, and especially in his case in academia. There's so much ableism in society, whether it's people not wanting to give you basic accommodations like a ramp or a bathroom stall that can fit a wheelchair, or medicine, or whatever it is you need. It is overcoming society's bigotry and ableism, not overcoming the disability. So, yeah. There are many disabilities in life, and none of them are a bad attitude either. Seriously, guys. There's so many things wrong with that statement. One, it paints disabilities to be a bad thing. Secondly, it silences disabled people from talking about their disabilities. And thirdly, it's just, it's wrong on so many levels, guys. I can't. It's wrong. Please do not ever say it or think it or promote it in any manner whatsoever. Okay, if you see someone in a wheelchair at the store buying a gallon of milk, they are not your inspiration for living, for buying milk, for just deciding not to commit suicide, for just existing. Disabled people are not inspiration just for breathing the same air as you. Yes, I want to be an inspiration to the people who know me, the people who watch these vlogs, the people I interact with. If I say something or do something that could have impact on someone, I want it to be able to inspire them. But my mere existence is not inspiration. You can't just walk past me while I'm walking out of a store and be struck by inspiration because, oh look, it's a disabled person and they smile. Wow, I am so amazed that they can smile. I am so thankful I am not in a wheelchair like them. I could have it so much worse. I could be like them. That is not a compliment, guys. It's really not. So please do not do that. And also please do not touch our mobility aids or us without permission. You shouldn't touch anyone without permission. But people seem to think if you have a disability, they have the right to touch you. Apparently, I know one person, and the person ran up and started putting hands on them and praying for them. Well, okay, if you want to pray for them, ask them, and ask them if you may touch them. You do not have a right to touch someone else's body without their permission. Tonight, at Goodwill, I was on a teeny tiny aisle that only had about 6 inches wider than my wheelchair. It's not very, very accessible Goodwill, guys. It's very tiny, which is why I don't tend to like this Goodwill. It makes me claustrophobic. And this man, white, middle-aged man, instead of walking the extra 5 feet it would take to walk around the aisle so he didn't have to touch me, instead he offhandedly said, "Excuse me," not in a "may I please get through, but I am getting through and you're just gonna have to put up with it" way, because he said it as he was pushing his way through, and he pushed himself between me and the shelf, all the while pushing on both me and my wheelchair, putting his hand on me and the wheelchair, and pushing his way through. And I was so upset, guys. I didn't say anything, but I was so upset, and he had no right to touch me. No stranger should touch another without their permission. But secondly, this is an older man touching a younger woman, and he don't know what I've been through. I mean, what if I was, had previously been physically, sexually assaulted, and just the touch of him, and him touching me, he sent me into PTSD attack? I mean, seriously. That is very common, sadly, because sadly, sexual assault is so common. What if I was like Caroline and him getting that close to me, touching me, sent me into anaphylaxis? And even if it doesn't do those things, he had no right touching me. He had no right pushing on my wheelchair. And I am a human person with my own autonomy, and he had no right pushing me or touching me. There was no excuse. And so please do not touch disabled people or their mobility aids. Do not touch their wheelchair or their cane or any mobility aid they might have without their permission. Okay, enough preaching to you. But this is very important, and it's been on my nerves all day because I've seen all this ableism running rampant, because I always know it's there, but I'm seeing it so much today. The ableds are coming out strong today. So, yeah. But I am exhausted, and I'm probably about to go to sleep. Actually, I'm frustrated, so I'm probably actually going to watch a little TV and then go to sleep. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I promise I'll try to catch up on editing tomorrow. The vlogs, that is. But I'm just too exhausted after I didn't have time before the doctor due to my waking up at 4 a.m. wheezing. And after the doctor, I've been too worn out. So I'll try it tomorrow. But thank you for watching. And as Janice from Throughout Life, who I was watching today, would would say adieu and good night. I was watching this, so I just like got that stuck in my head, but whatever. Good night.